What's good, guys? This is Juice at THCLabs.net. Hope you guys are having a badass day. As always, I've been learning some new stuff and been finding out a lot every day. As time goes on, I just keep learning some new stuff. It's not always in the music field, but it's always to benefit me or others. So that's one thing I want to talk to you about today is like education and what you listen to every day. Because this can make a big difference in what type of person you're gonna become and even what type of person you are right now. So if you're the type of person that gets pissed off quick, or that can make a little thing upset you for the rest of the day, or you absolutely lose your cool over someone cutting you off in front of and on the freeway or whatever, but you don't realize that, but those little things that piss you off are an indication you know of how you would react to something big. For example, something serious or something that's actually troublesome or upsetting. So how you focus on the little problems is gonna basically provide an outcome on how you deal with big problems that come to your life. So if you want to really change the way your life is gonna be, the quality of life you're gonna have in the future, start finding ways to solve your problems right now. Your little problems, it could be anything. Your little pet peeves or something that just upsets you or gets you mad. And a majority of how you handle problems comes with what you expose yourself to every day. Who you listen to, or what you hear, or what you watch on TV, or what you read. All these basically shape you up and make you the person you are today and will become in the future. So if you're all about watching TV all day, staying on the couch and watching time go by, just not really doing anything, then there's no wonder why in 5 or 10 years you're gonna be in the same place. You're still gonna be paying your bills, getting by, you know, not happy but not upset. Just basically gliding, in that comfort zone, and you won't realize why. And it's because what you listen to and what you're around every day and all day is what you become. So if you're around all that negative media from the TV and radio and all that, then you start to become like a pessimist, someone who expects the worst, or someone who sees the world as a negative place to be. So you don't want to be in that state of zone, because you bring life to that and you actually start to live in a negative place. And when you focus on the negative things, they stand out more. If you focus on all the violence and the wars, and if you start focusing on the economy and all that, then you start to pick that up every day. You start to see articles in the newspapers, the headlines, they relate to what you focus on. The economy or people dying or whatever you're focused on. So if I were you, I'd focus my energy and you know everything that I take in, just take in positive stuff, personal development, or new skills that you want to learn, or study new mentors. There's so much good out there too, along with all the negative, but you don't have to focus on those negatives. You could start focusing on skills that are going to benefit you in the future. I mean, just take a look at your current situation right now. uh, are you where you want to be? Are you in debt? Are you struggling? Well, if you are, that means in the past you've done things to get you to this point. Maybe you got yourself that bike that you really couldn't pay for. You got yourself loans that you really thought you needed to get by, but you end up putting yourself more in debt. It could be anything like that you put yourself in a situation where it's gonna set you back in the future. We all do this to ourselves, and when we're living the life, where we have to pay debt all the time, we wonder, how did I get so much debt? Or these companies screwed me over, or we start blaming other people or other circumstances for what we brought to ourselves. So you gotta first of all also take responsibility for your actions, and where you've been to this day is where you've taken yourself. So if you don't like where you're at, maybe you should start finding another path. I really like this analogy of for example, a captain of a cruise ship. if you were to tell him to change directions, and he sees your coordinates where you want to go, and he does whatever he needs to change directions, and you see him, and you said, how come we're not going in a different direction? How come we're still going the same way? And he said, well, right now these coordinates that you just gave me, it may not look like we're going in a different direction, but 1 or 2 or 3 hours from now, we're going to be somewhere completely different than where we were going before. And that's the same way with your thinking and your mentality. If you're doing little things right now that are going to help you in the future, eventually you're going to end up in a way different reality than you would have ended up in if you would have just kept doing the same things you were doing before that wouldn't benefit you. See what I mean? So I don't want to drop too much on you right now, so that's all I got for you. But if you have any questions or this confused you a little bit, just get a hold of me. You know where to contact me. Juice@thclabs.net. That's my email and that's my web address. Just get a hold of me. I hope you liked the videos. If you did, subscribe, like it, leave a comment, whatever you want. Just hope to hear from you. Peace.